5 points to monitor as a parent in your child's education. First, alertness, promptness and regularity. So whatever time the child gives to that particular study session, that should the child should be alert in that session and prompt to solve the activities and exercises given at the end of the chapter. Similarly, regularity and consistency is very important in the studies. Second point, there has to be a balance in the socio-cultural life with the studies, because people sometimes speak very high about the backbenchers' life. They have the ability to solve the problems, while the front benchers only know the solutions to the problems. But the truth is, I would not suggest people to credit the backbenchers. It's important that the classroom settings should be done, that every child should be getting a chance to come in the front, and very importantly, these efforts should be from the child's mind also, because regularity and alertness, they are increased on the front benches. And the socio-cultural life, it might be good in the back benches, but that is not what's supposed to be in the school. Socio-cultural life is most importantly looked after at the homes, at the environmental setup which you have in your society, the child's relations with the other children, the friends, family, how they treat others. So this is all what is important part of a socio-cultural life, and this has a very important role to play in the child's education in the long term. Third is to have a right analysis of the strengths of the child, and these strengths should be worked upon, that should be improved, because every child cannot do everything, but what the child can do the best should be motivated and grown more and more. Fourth is to work on your weaknesses, to judge what is the child's weakness, and to also work upon that weakness, because in general, whenever the competitive exams need to be cleared, or whenever in general a life needs to be lived, in that sense also a holistic approach has to be there, and the certain weaknesses will always show in the later stages. So the weaknesses also need to be worked upon, although they do not need to be stressed, and the child should not be humiliated for that weakness. उतना हो जाए कि बस उसका उतना particular portion जो है वो pass हो जाए, बस, that's all. And fifth and the most important is that aptitude is more important than the attitude of the child. Please, the parents also be very conscious about this fact, that aptitude is what your mental ability is, and attitude is what you create with your mind. It's a conjugation of your mind and heart and what you feel, your emotions. So it's a conjugated activity. So attitude can change very frequently with time and experiences, but aptitude is an ability which generally shows after a long period of time, when the certain things are topping up on the brain and the layers, then they express and manifest themselves as a child's aptitude. So grow up your child's aptitude for certain things, and the attitude should mostly be humble. So humility is what leads you to knowledge, and so I would suggest and I would recommend the IQ, EQ, which is already known to most of the parents, but what we have started working upon is the CQ, which is the cultural quotient, and the SSCQ, which is the socio-cultural quotient. So increasing the child's cultural sensitivity, but at the same time working on the responses of that child, so that the child might be more comfortable and acceptable towards the other cultures. Emotional quotient is also something that parents need to stress upon these days, because emotionally the children need a lot more attention these days than it was earlier. Thank you.